So you want to start playing Trepidation, but you don't quite know where to begin. If you're looking for all things survivor related, this is the guide for you. As a survivor, your goal is to try survive and escape. You and up to 8 other survivors will face a ruthless slasher. You need to work as a team to complete objectives, evade death, and escape. There are some tools to help you with this, but use them wisely as you can only have so many. Make sure to keep in mind that you only have 3 lives, so use those sparingly. Next, let's move on to rounds. At the beginning of a round, there is a time period called a preparation phase. You can use this time to gather materials and craft items that you may need for the round. Before we move to item types, we will cover perks. Perks are abilities that you can add to any survivor to enhance gameplay. Each perk is unique and there are currently 4 perk categories. Green perks are related to objectives, whether it be increasing objective speed or another benefit to objectives. Yellow perks are related to combat and crafting, whether this refers to passively producing weapons, increasing the effectivity of weapons, or benefiting crafting speeds. Blue perks typically pertain to stats and survivors and can include things such as healing speeds, method of healing, or boosting other survivors. Red typically refers to perks that relate to aura reading, such as being able to observe the slasher's current location after completing a specific action. As a beginner, you get a few basic perks to help you start out. These perks are Pathfinder, Task Manager, and Survivalist. Pathfinder is a perk that helps you by revealing the locations of all wedges and vaults on the map. This perk is perfect for beginners without map knowledge. Task Manager is a perk that aids with objectives, revealing the 3 furthest objectives from you. When you complete any objective, the furthest objective from you becomes highlighted. All highlighted objectives are completed 10% faster. Survivalist is a perk that will grant a 50% movement speed buff while downed, along with revealing the location of the closest survivor. Alongside this, you are revived 100% faster and will be on full health once revived. These perks are provided to you for free, but you can purchase additional perks as you go. Some recommendations that I will provide you are the following perks. Kickstart. This perk provides 3 of each of every material to you at the end of the preparation phase. Spyware. While motionless and crouched, you can press left alt to bug a nearby door, vault, wedge, or objective. This means that when the slasher interacts with a bugged object, they will be revealed to all survivors for 5 seconds. Saving Grace. Entering the bleeding state will give you invincibility and increase your movement speed by 100% for 4 seconds. Medic. Healing speed is increased by 30%, and after applying a medkit or reviving another survivor, completely heal all nearby survivors and increase your objective speed by 2.5%. Off-grid. When revived, gain distortion for 90 seconds. Whenever you complete an objective or a healing action, gain distortion for 20 seconds. And now we'll be moving on to items. Flashbangs can blind the slasher or entities for a brief duration. This can be beneficial for a quick getaway. Make sure to keep in mind that flashbangs will aim in the direction of your camera, so make sure to be careful when using them. These are thrown with Z on the keyboard. Landmines can be used to stun enemies, but only if they step on the landmine. This can be really useful for creating distance or a quick escape if timed right. Setting these up in a tight spot can make a huge difference, but you need to keep in mind that there's a priming time for these of 0.75 seconds. You can use a landmine by pressing X on the keyboard. Medkits can be used to regain health. These can be useful if you find yourself on death's door and need a quick pick-me-up. Keep in mind that these take time to use, so make sure you're in a safe place before you start to heal. Use a medkit to heal by pressing V on the keyboard. Lockpicks can be used to lock or unlock doors. This can be useful for situations such as doing a gen in a risky spot or creating distance. Doors locked with lockpicks can be locked for up to 5 seconds unless the lock is broken. Lockpicks are used by pressing C on the keyboard. There's currently 3 types of ranged weapons within Trepidation: a pistol, a shotgun, and a rifle. Ammo for all 3 of these can be crafted, however the ammo on the wheel is typically pistol ammo. Usually you have to find these weapons around, but you'll start with a melee weapon, a knife. Each weapon can be accessed with a specific keybind. So 1 for knife, 2 for pistol, 3 for shotgun, and 4 for rifle. In regards to these weapons, the creator, Uzi, has teased the possibility of more weapons in the future, so this may be subject to change later on. Chase skills are something you learn over time, but a good starting point would be learning map layouts. Some perks can definitely help with this, such as the beginner perk I mentioned earlier, Pathfinder, which will show you all the vaults and wedges on the map. Vaults and wedges are a good way to put distance between you and the slasher, as the slasher is slower to use these. Your heartbeat is the first warning that the slasher is nearby. This will activate within a radius of the slasher, giving you adequate time to react if you believe the slasher is going to come in your direction. You can run or you can hide. One of these options is better than the other, as you cannot hide forever. Buffs are small temporary boosts that will provide a benefit for a short duration, and can come from an array of gameplay elements such as perks. There's currently 4 buffs in the game, and these are Invincibility. This buff prevents you from taking damage from any source until the timer runs out. Haste. This buff provides a temporary movement speed boost. Shield. This buff will nullify the next hit you take from any source. This includes entities and also the slasher. Distortion. This buff prevents the slasher from tracking you via aura reading, along with hiding your sprint trail and silencing your actions. Debuffs are small, temporary negative effects that will remain for a short duration and can come from an array of gameplay elements such as slasher perks. There's currently 7 debuffs in the game. These are Exposure. This debuff reveals your location to the slasher, but you'll be unaware of its presence. Heal Block. This debuff prevents healing actions and regenerating health. Shackles. This debuff slows your movement for a duration of time. Ablaze. This debuff causes you to take fire damage over time. Plague. This debuff causes you to take damage over time along with spreading its effect. Blindness. This debuff limits your field of vision significantly. Anxiety. This debuff reduces your field of vision slightly and causes you to hallucinate. They say you save the best till last, so my best tip for you would to be use code USIRAV in Trepidation for a bunch of freebies. And that's all from this brief guide on Survivor and Trepidation. I hope this guide helps bridge the knowledge gap for those just starting the game or anyone who needs it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see from me in the future. Maybe I'll do more Trepidation content soon, who knows? That's all from me for now, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!